Welcome back to AudiHD Reviews.
I'm SJ, by the way. Since he usually introduces himself first, I just had to jump on it. But I'm SJ. He's James.
I'm James.
He's James.
This is a right out of the theater
I'm excited.
review. We just saw the brand new Lilo and Stitch.
It was stupid cute. Shut up. It was adorable. Okay, he's never seen the first one.
Never saw the original.
So
nope.
What was your take on it since you never seen the original?
That was super cute.
Right.
That was super cute. It
had extra fluffy.
It had a good story, good family, heartwarming family story there. Stitch is awesome.
He's adorable.
Yeah, it's I mean, yeah, no, it was great. It was great. The special effects were awesome. Like Stitch looks great.
He's super cute.
The other aliens looked a little animated. You know, they kind of looked more like your traditional animation, but like Stitch though looked like a real, like they put way more money into Stitch than they did the other aliens, which is cool.
So to be fair, Pleakley in the original version, he's more like a reptile, so I think that's why they tried to make him look like that. Like he's supposed to look like that, but I get what you're saying. Like they didn't do. Stitch was definitely better.
Well, then like the what was she, the Supreme Chancellor?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You know, she looked cool too, but definitely like it looked more like Pixar animation for the aliens, but like they put all the money into Stitch. But no, Stitch was great. All the interactions he had with Lilo when she would like hug him and touch him, with his fur moved and everything, it was very well done. Yeah.
So I will say that the crown on the leader of the Galactic Council, it looks like coral and it looks really cool in comparison to like what she has before. I will say, because you were talking about what they did with how Lilo and Stitch looked, every single time Nani went to scratch him, her hand wasn't right. So they did cut that shit short. Like if you pay attention, she touches him only twice in the movie that I counted, and both times whenever she reaches around to like scratch the back of his head, you hear the scratching sound, but her hand is like here.
Not quite. Okay.
It's like it's up here instead of like here. I don't. It was off a little, but
I got you.
You only see it for like a fraction of a second. So if you're not paying attention to where exactly her fingers are, you're not going to notice what I'm talking about.
So this is a spoiler review.
Super spoilery.
This is spoilery. We're gonna talk about spoilers here. So you've seen the original.
Lots of times.
You love the original.
Yes.
How did this compare to the original? Like what was like some of the differences and what did they do right? That kind of thing.
Okay, so the ending is different. Right off the bat, the ending is different. Part of the reason why I even said before we left the house that if they do Stitch has a glitch, I don't want to see it because I remember how that one ended. And if you know, you know. And if you know,
and I don't know, so this is a spoiler review. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, well, that was it. That was the
ending of the second one?
Almost. Like, in the second one, Stitch is dying because Stitch is having a glitch. He's glitching out, and they need to do something to revive him. So they end up building this machine in the second one to end up saving him. But that's not how the first movie ends. The first movie doesn't end like that. Stitch dies in this movie. Stitch fucking dies, okay? I wasn't prepared for that. I was prepared for that in the second movie. But no, they saved him.
So then what was the ending of the first movie?
Okay, so the ending of the first movie. Okay, so she shows up. And they're going to take him, just like they were going to take him, except for in the original movie, Lilo adopted him. Nani gave her money, and Lilo adopted him, so she has the official adoption certificate. And so whenever they come to take Stitch, Lilo pulls out her certificate, and she says, hey, if you take him, you're stealing, because he's mine. And then she shows her certificate that she paid for him. She paid $2, and she adopted him, so Stitch technically belongs to her. And if you take him, that's stealing, and you're breaking the rules. And that's why she's like, oh, that was the loophole. I can't take him because technically now he's property. So that was the loophole they had last time, why he got to stay. And also last time Jumba also stayed. Jumba was there to rebuild the house with Pleakley and everybody else, and Nani didn't go off to college. She stayed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, since like nobody explained this to you and you just knew from the very beginning that she went swimming to go feed a fish because Pudge controls the weather, their parents died in a storm. The reason why she's so concerned about Pudge controlling the weather is because if she doesn't feed the fish and then there's bad weather, she's going to lose somebody else. So Lilo is dedicated to feeding that fish. And she typically feeds the fish peanut butter and jelly, but there wasn't peanut butter and jelly at the house. So then she had to make a different sandwich, which is why it took her so long, because all they had was tuna. And you can't feed a fish tuna because do you know what tuna is? It's fish. So That's why she was late in the beginning. You didn't see the first one. But Pudge controls the weather according to LILO. So she has to feed the fish the sandwich in order to appease the weather. So that way nothing happens to her people. If you were curious about that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because you were laughing whenever she dropped the sandwich off.
Mm-hmm. I remember you telling the story before about the sandwich.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, because they don't really get into in this one how the parents died, just that they've died recently. They don't really get into it.
Yeah, well, that's what happened.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised at the end of this movie. So since this is a spoiler review, if you have, like full on spoilers, like right now, turn your volume off or something if you don't want to hear spoilers.
I already spoiled it. Told you how it ended.
Well, what I mean by the ending is like I wasn't expecting Stitch to drown at the end of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
They kept talking about how if he gets wet, then his density gets really heavy and he sinks and all this stuff. And they kept telling us that throughout the entire movie. And at the end of the movie, it happens. He falls into the ocean. Well, I mean, they crash into the ocean. But like he's in the ocean. He can't get out. He drowns. And as somebody who is deathly afraid of water, I had to say that was an interesting choice for a children's movie to have the cute main character drown at the end. And yeah, they bring him back by hooking him up to the car battery and they shock the shit out of him and all that stuff. That's great. He's still drowned though.
So in the original film, the part in the one you just seen where they're out surfing all together.
Yeah.
Okay, so they go out surfing all together in the original,
right.
And then it's not a jet ski. They're just in the water, so it is Jumbo's fault. And then he does that. The accident happens, and he's sinking, but David's out there, and so whenever he's pulling LILO down. And he does get kicked off of her, but David jumps down there and David rescues her. LILO never fucking drowns. That never happens. The ambulance is never called. She never goes to the hospital.
Oh yeah, LILO almost drowned too.
LILO
So that was something.
That never happened in the original film. What ends up happening though is Cobra Bubbles is there and he's watching all of that shit happens. But whenever David brings Stitch out of the water, Stitch is coughing up a whole bunch of water and he gets angry. And so he's growling at everything and he's snapping. And so
it makes him look dangerous.
Makes him look dangerous. And in the original film, Cobra Bubbles is actually CPS. He's not this. He's both. He's CIA and CPS in the first one. But so he's seen all of that, and that's why LILO is supposed to get taken away. Is because that happened out there on the beach, and he's not safe, and blah blah blah. But it's not. There was no hospital, and the fucking bringing in the American fucking bullshit, no insurance. Fuck that. It's like for real. Okay. So that was the whole entire issue. So we're gonna take the kid away because you don't have health insurance. Okay, that was kind of jacked. There wasn't enough reason alone, but now we're gonna swallow you in medical debt. And because you didn't get health insurance, now the final stitch of where we're going to take the child away. That was I didn't like that. That wasn't in the original film either. Like, come on. Really? She didn't have enough shit on her hands? But no, okay, whatever. That was a choice. That was a whole ass choice that was made. So that happened. So, but yeah. Pleakley was okay. Like, Pleakley was one of my favorite characters. I will say, Pleakley was one of my favorite characters from the original. And I'm kind of sad that Pleakley didn't have a lot of the dress-up parties that he was having in the original one. And also that he didn't wear the wigs. And there was, like, one cute outfit. Like, he wore one. One of them was stupid, because, he wears ridiculous outfits. Like, one of them was stupid. He had on wading pants. That was the stupid outfit. But then he had on, like, one Pleakley outfit where he was wearing, like, a fishnet. And it was Pleakley, okay? But that was about it for the Pleakley.
Yeah, it seemed like they were playing that one pretty safe.
Yeah, they
modern audiences who get upset over things like that.
Yeah, they played that one entirely too safe. But I mean, you've seen him in the very beginning whenever he was studying the combination of a cow and a boy.
Yeah.
And so he had to dress like one because it was the weird combination.
One thing I will say is that I kept thinking at the end of the movie when Stitch was in the water, like LILO was too small to pull him out. He was too heavy.
Right.
And then Nani couldn't pull him out either. But I kept thinking that if the dude who's all in the Nani, I don't remember his name, David. If
He's
David,
the one who arrested him in the first movie.
If David would have just gone down there with Nani, together they could have pulled Stitch out. Because Nani almost has Stitch out, and he's just a little too heavy for her. And then you get that basically BS, we'll call it what it is, that BS, Wonder Woman thing she does at the end where she's pulling him out of the water. That was... Well, they were crashed pretty far out there. She did not...
Walk that far?
She did not run along the bottom of the ocean carrying him that far.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
So, that was because they showed the training picture of her when she was training for surfing.
I know. Yeah, and they showed that. And that is the thing people really do.
Right.
I understand that. They really do go down and they run along the bottom of the ocean. I totally get all that. But that ship crashed pretty far out into the water. When they get to the coast,
Yeah.
when they pull up to the beach,
She would have drowned.
and the ship is out there, it's pretty fucking far out.
Yeah,
And
there's no way she walked that far with no oxygen.
Especially when she goes down to get Stitch the first time and tries to get him out, she never goes back up for more air.
No.
That didn't happen. Whatever. But if we ignore all that, if David just would have gone down there with her, the two of them could have pulled him out, because Stitch wasn't like insurmountably heavy. He was just too heavy for one person.
Also,
because Nani almost gets him out.
Yes, she does.
David could have helped.
David did get him out in the first one. There's also a running joke in the first movie between Lilo and David about David not catching shit on fire while he's at work, because he's a
fire juggler.
Yes, that's what it's called. Whatever. He's one of those people, and so he dances and he plays with fire. But he had caught the stage on fire before, and that actually happened in the original movie. And this time around, it was Stitch catching a bunch of shit on fire. But I mean, yeah, Stitch did get her fired. Like, that was the whole entire thing. But yeah, I do like that they gave him the emphasis for liking cake in this movie.
He did love the cake.
He fucked up a whole wedding cake.
He did.
It was adorable.
One thing I was kind of surprised about is after Stitch sucks in his extra arms, you don't see him again.
Well, until the very end, yeah.
The arms don't like come back out. Like,
Yep, just at the very
did they
end.
come back out at the end? I remember him having the extra arms when they were shocking him back to life.
Yeah, they kind of fucked it up though, because in like the original one, whenever she puts the cuffs on him, she puts the cuffs on all of his arms. So he was supposed to have both of them out.
Yeah, I don't remember them coming back out at the end of this one. Maybe they did and I missed it, but I kept waiting for him to go "Rah!" and have all of his arms and the little spiky things on his back pop up. None of that happened once he put them away.
Yeah, I can't. I thought that he took him out whenever he was fighting with Jumba.
Maybe he did and he put him back. I don't know. I'd have to watch the movie again.
Yeah, because it's pretty quick.
So as far as remakes go, it sounds like it's mostly faithful with a few changes, which now we know how they stretched it out from like an 80-minute movie to a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
They added in the insurance subplot. Nani. Well, that's another thing too. Is like, did Nani actually choose to give up Lilo in the original?
Nope.
Yeah, because that's something I thought was kind of interesting in this one. That Nani is like, okay, well, yeah, go ahead and take her there.
Yeah, it never happened in the original one. She never lost custody of her, because at the very end, whenever the Galactic Federation shows up, and then she's like this. She even says this family is protected now, so they're together. Like, you can't separate them any longer. So Nani doesn't go off to school. Lilo doesn't go live with a neighbor and become basically a foster kid. They get their house repaired. I'm assuming that the Galactic Federation paid for that shit, because it was supposed to be all taken care of. But Jumbo was supposed to stay. Pleakley was supposed to stay. That was not a volunteer situation. She wasn't like, oh, somebody has to stay. No, she's like, do not let these people on my ship. That's what she said. They had no way to get off the planet because their ship had been crashed. She was leaving, and they went to try to get on, and she looks at her guys, and she's like, do not let them on my ship. And then she continues going on. So that way they couldn't go with her, because she didn't want them to go with her. There was no volunteer mission like Pleakley was just doing. But yeah, I told you it was all about the fucking mosquitoes.
Well, it sounds like it's mostly accurate.
Yes.
A few changes. So
Lilo was adorable. The little girl.
Oh
did a
yeah,
great
she
job.
was amazing.
She was amazing.
She was probably the best part of the movie. I mean, besides Stitch, of course, but like as far as the humans go.
Also, I will say,
she was the best part.
I want to be the mean person that says it. Whenever Lilo goes up on that stage at the very beginning of the movie and she pushes Myrtle off, I laughed and I enjoyed and I clapped. I don't like Myrtle.
Yeah, we don't like bullies around here. No, bullies deserve everything that they get. Yep.
Yeah.
So, as far as live action remakes go, now you didn't see Aladdin.
No.
But you did see Beauty and the Beast.
I did.
And you've seen The Lion King.
Yes.
We saw the Cinderella.
I seen the Jungle Book.
And the Jungle Book when that came out. So, considering all the all of the live action remakes that we've seen, where does Lilo and Stitch rank as far as like?
That's probably my favorite live action that they've done.
Best one.
Yeah.
I would have to say
they ruined Jungle Book for me.
I think I've seen all of them now. I think. Well, I haven't seen Snow White, but that one I heard wasn't very good. Outside of that, this one, no, I didn't see the original, but this was a really good movie. So even if you've never seen the original, this is still a good movie to see. This is just a really good movie. And as far as it ranks with all the other movies, it's probably the best one. Now, I'm that weirdo who actually kind of liked Aladdin. I kind of dug Aladdin a little bit. We got a car next to us that's trying to be super cool with their music.
Super cool.
So pardon that. I actually liked Aladdin, a lot of it. Besides Will Smith, but I liked the rest of it. And I liked The Lion King a lot. I know a lot of people hate on that movie. But this one's probably the best movie out of all. The other ones work because they're adapting the cartoons, but this one is just a good movie, and I say that as somebody who never saw the original. It's just, as far as movies go.
I think I have to correct you. I don't think I've seen Lion King.
Yeah, we watched it. Yep.
Did I watch it?
Yep.
Because I remember getting really angry over Jungle Book, and then maybe the reason why I didn't watch Aladdin was because of Jungle Book. Because I straight up boycotted whatever came after that, because I was like, I'm not fucking watching this, because I was still pissed off about Jungle Book.
Yeah. No, we watched Lion King.
I'm one of those kids that went around singing about how I'm the king of the swingers roll, the jungle VIP, and they fucking ruined my song, okay? I sing that song still as a grown-ass adult. But no, I couldn't end that movie. I got all excited when the part was coming out. I was like, oh yeah, this is my King Louis. No, didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. It was annoying. I don't like it, and I won't watch it again. I've seen it once, and I will never fucking watch it again. If I'm going to watch the Jungle Book, I will go watch the real one, Jungle Book. The real Jungle Book. The one that starts with the beginning. The cartoon one. The best one.
The only part of the Jungle Book that I actually, like, legitimately enjoyed was the ending with Shere Khan in the forest when the fire starts. Just because the animation was so good. But outside of that, no, Jungle Book, I'll never watch that one again.
No, Baloo was like my favorite, and also I really liked King Louis' song. I didn't like King Louis, but I liked King Louis' song. But Baloo was my favorite. I also sing the Bare Necessity song. So yeah, I was really excited when they did that one. But no, this movie, Lilo and Stitch, fuck yeah.
This was a good movie.
I'm excited for this to come out so I can watch it again.
This was a good movie. I'm looking forward to this on 4K because
Yes.
I think that seeing that again will Stitch is going to look awesome.
Yeah. And if you pay close attention, whenever Jumbo's going to switch him at the end, you'll see like the other cousins. You can see Angel. She was there.
So yeah, Lilo and Stitch. Like it's look, that's like 3. I give a fourth thumbs up. I'm holding the phone, so just pretend that I have 2 thumbs. Right
If
here.
he took his shoes off, he could hold the phone with his foot. But see, he's just not like into acrobatics or whatever.
So yeah, my buddy Tom, he would say that it gets 3 full bags of popcorn. That's his rating system.
Oh, that's his rating system?
Yeah, a great movie gets 3 full bags of popcorn, and then it goes by half a bag on the way down. So
I prefer the rating system that I watch off of my streaming service, which is Shudder. So we're just gonna give this 5 skulls.
I give it 4.5 cute and fluffies out of 5.
Oh no, he gets all the cute and fluffies.
So 4.5 out of 5. 4.5.
He makes me want to go home and squeeze my dog.
4.5 out of 5. As somebody who's scared of water, I didn't appreciate the whole drowning bit at the end. Just gonna say that.
I didn't appreciate you killing Stitch off at the end. I wasn't prepared for that. I was prepared for that for number 2. Not for now.
But he got better.
Still.
Final thoughts? Got any?
It was pretty great. You should probably go watch it if you're into the movie. Like, even if you haven't seen the first one, he's never seen it, and it was great.
Yeah, it's legitimately a good movie without the nostalgia of the original.
Yeah. There's also, like, no Lilo taking pictures of, like, the fat tourists. That's not in it either. So if you were in for the photo album of the fat tourists, you're not going to see it. But
Yeah.
you do get to see the people dropping their stuff, though, still. That still happens. But, yeah. It was great. I'd totally watch it again.
Yeah, go see it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm going to buy this when it comes out.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. Okay. Yeah. All right, bye.
All right. Bye, guys. Like, subscribe. Let us know if you saw the movie, what you thought of it.
Do the thing.
And we'll do this again next time we see a movie. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.